Well, I wouldn't say it just blew up. In the first 5 years of my channel, I had 7,000 subscribers. So at the end of 5 years of making videos, I had 7,000 subscribers.
Mm.
And then in the next 5 years, I went from 7,000 to million. There was definitely a lot of hard work and hustle and effort and energy and struggle that went into making the content. But why I did it was Bill Gates saved my company.
I want to share with you all that Evan Carmichael, he has 2.57 million YouTube subscribers. He has the #1 YouTube channel for entrepreneurs. So dude, and this guy is an entrepreneur at heart. He was born he's been an entrepreneur since a very, very young age. I can't wait to speak to him, to get to know him, to get to know his story. So guys, are you excited? If you are, type in I'm excited. And he's going to share a lot of golden nuggets with you guys. Right, so if you're excited, let me see. All right, so anyways, without any further ado, can I invite Evan? What's happening, my brother?
Good to be here, man. Let's go.
Oh, fantastic. Dude, how are you doing, my man? How's everything going?
I'm great. I'm here in Toronto, Canada. So our day is getting started, I guess. You guys are a little later at night right now, but awesome, dude. Pumped to be here. How can I help? Let me know.
Dude, so, just for the guys who don't know who you are, could you give a bit of a background about who you are, where you come from, all of that?
Yeah, so I think your purpose comes from your pain. I think whatever you struggled with the most as a human is what you want to help other people through. So I struggled a lot as an entrepreneur in my first business, and now try to help other entrepreneurs not struggle as much. Had my first business, real business, when I was 19, biotech software, built it, sold it, became a venture capitalist, then started creating content for my website that became YouTube. April 2009 was my first video on YouTube. So 11 and a half years on the platform. Got a couple million subscribers, 300 million views, 6,000 something videos later. And now I'm here talking to you guys. This is the highlight. Let's go.
Wow. Dude, so guys, bro, I'm looking at your bio, right, brother? And I see some crazy stuff, man. Guys, let me read you a bit of his bio, right? So basically, Evan believes in entrepreneurs. At 19, he built and sold a biotech software company. At 22, he was a venture capitalist, raising $500,000 to $15 million. Right? Today, obviously, right, he runs this YouTube channel. He wrote 4 books, and he wants to solve the world's biggest problem. All right, the world's biggest problem. And today he set 2 world records using a trampoline and a stand-up desk, owned Canada's largest salsa dance studio, and has the giant Doritos bag in front of him all day to remind him that he's stronger than the Doritos. Toronto is his home, and he's a husband, father, and a Timo main. Oh man, absolutely incredible, dude. How do you become a venture capitalist at 22?
So in my first business, we thought about raising capital. We never ended up doing it. We basically got bought before we had to raise capital, but we're at that point of, do we either raise a lot of money to scale this thing up, or do we sell our business now? And we decided to sell. So I never had to raise capital, but I was always curious about the process of it because I had bootstrapped everything up until that point. So I said, I want to learn how to raise money. And after I sold my business, I didn't really know what else I wanted to do. I had worked for the past 3 years, just every day on my company, and now I had nothing to go and do. Good problem to have, not complaining, but at the same time, I wanted to feel valuable and useful. So I said yes to a whole bunch of things, but one of them was working with a venture capital company who wanted help finding new entrepreneurs to invest into. And I went on to help them, more out of curiosity, to just understand how that industry worked. And the 3 founders were all in their 60s or 70s, had done, venture capital for, a number of decades each. And they taught me a lot about lots of businesses, not just how to raise money, but how businesses work. Because at that point, all I knew was my own one company. But they gave me exposure to how to think about businesses in different industries and how to raise money to support them.
Oh wow, dude, like you seem to have achieved so much. Like, how old are you?
I'm 40. I turned 40. Yeah, 40 this year. So May 1980 is when I was born.
Dude, you had all that runway when you were just like in your teens and you sold your company, didn't know what to do, and you were only 22. My brother, dude, my man, like so much respect, brother. Like that's crazy. So let me just share with you one thing that I love about you, man. You know, one thing that's similar about me and you is that, I love studying leaders.
Mhm.
I love studying leaders, and my man, like right in front of me, right in front of me, I keep three very important people. Let me share with you who they are. Number one,
Okay.
who's this?
I'm yeah, 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 yeah. Is it it's from I'm blanking. We did a video on him.
Yes,
But from founder, like the father of Singapore, but I forget his
yes,
name.
yes. Come on now, come on. So close.
I'm blanking. Lee Kuan.
You,
No, I'm blanking. What is it? What is
Lee
it?
Kuan Yew, Lee
Lee
Kuan
Kuan
Yew,
Yew?
Lee Kuan
Yeah,
Yew.
yeah. Okay. Okay, there we go. Close.
Okay.
Man, we did a video on him.
Dude, the Lee Kuan Yew video that you did was absolutely amazing, man. Right?
Okay.
Seriously, like I loved it so much. Let me just tag everybody on Lee Kuan Yew's video. All right, let me just send the video, the link through. Guys, check it out. This is Lee Kuan Yew. Check it out, guys. Absolutely amazing. If you all have time later, this is a video that you guys have to watch, right? So again, one of the things that I love about Lee Kuan Yew, bro, he's one of the greatest leaders ever. He's the reason why Singapore is the powerhouse that it is today. I love, studying these leaders. Oh man, so tell us about the YouTube channel, right? All you did was to actually just share these lessons you learned from these entrepreneurs, from these leaders, and it just blew up. Like, what made it catch fire?
Well, I wouldn't say it just blew up. In the first 5 years of my channel, I had 7,000 subscribers. So at the end of 5 years of making videos, I had 7,000 subscribers.
Mm.
And then in the next 5 years, I went from 7,000 to 1 million. So there was definitely a lot of hard work and hustle and effort and energy and struggle that went into making the content. But why I did it was Bill Gates saved my company, even though I've never met him. So when I struggled with my first business, when I wanted to quit, I said, I can't be the first guy to try to sell software. Somebody has figured this out. I studied Bill Gates. How did he do it? Applied his strategies and blew up my business. And so I thought from then on, whenever I didn't know what to do, I found someone who had done it and tried to learn from them. And I thought I'd try to make it easy for other people as well to learn from successful people. So we'll do the work of watching 4, 8, 10 hours of video and then pulling out the best 15, 20 minutes that you can learn from to help you be better in your life. And one of the great things is now it's also given us exposure to, if you ask anybody, I'm in Canada, my audience is United States. Ask them who's Lee Kuan Yew, most people will have no idea. It's very, just like if I brought up some Canadian leader, you probably wouldn't know who person is, but there's a lot of great lessons that you can learn from them. And so it's been awesome to get people from different cultures and different backgrounds and see that the leadership lessons are very applicable. It's not just helpful for people in Singapore, right? It's helpful for people around the world. Everybody can learn from him, which is why we made those videos and still continue to do it. But it was definitely not an overnight thing. Partly because I'm introverted and I'm shy, and I really struggled at the beginning in making videos, and so it took me a lot longer to get going. But right, I mean, 6,000 something videos later, here we are.
Wow. Dude, if I can just talk to you, brother, like I've got two of the other leaders that I love, right? So let me just show you, right? I know you love this. I know you'll appreciate it.
Okay.
Let me just show you, right? So like, so this is my stand-up desk. I have a stand-up desk just like you do, right? With my mic. You see this? Like,
Yeah.
right? See, I've got the whole setup, right? Like, so I've got
Now you need a trampoline. You got to get you on a trampoline. That's next.
dude, like, amen. Why not, right? Dude, we just finished UPW, right? I just finished day one of Unleash the Power Within with Tony Robbins with a whole bunch of my team, right? So a whole bunch of them attended Unleash the Power Within as well. So let me show you the two people, my brother. Let me show you the two people. The first guy, this guy.
Okay. Yeah, I know that guy. He's on my wall here too. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, this guy, right? And another guy who, I love, my guys are investors,
Okay, there you go.
Warren
We've done
Buffett.
a lot. We've done a lot on him. We have a couple of good videos too, like how to invest like Warren Buffett. Um, that'd be good to look at.
Dude, so it takes, this is a quote that I love from him, right? And it says, it takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it. If you think about that, you do things differently. Right? I love this quote so much. He's a leader that I respect. I love him, right? So, Evan, talking about investing, right? So, see, my guys are investors, right? From all over the world, right? So, how to invest like Warren Buffett? Talk to me about it, brother. Like, so how have you made your investment decisions, right? You've been a venture capitalist. So how do you invest, currently right now, and what's your investment philosophy?
So this is very different right now than where I used to be, right? I mean, I was making $300 a month. I was saving zero because I was only making $300 a month. So I wasn't investing anything. Um, as I started to make more money, my first investments went back into myself, went back into the company, went back into the growth, went back into me learning. Um, I went to UPW. I took my team there in California a number of years ago. So I would invest into things to try to make me better, because I think the best investment you're going to make is in yourself. Uh, when I started throwing off even more free cash flow, I started investing into most of the stock market. A good chunk of my money is split between uh, index funds in Canada, and then the other half into higher risk Facebook, Amazon, not like insanely high risk penny stocks. Um, and then now I've gone back into my roots, which was venture capital, angel investing, and putting money into companies, either launching new businesses or helping invest into companies that I think I could bring some value to and help them grow.
Fantastic, brother. So, you talk about you're trying to solve the world's biggest problem. What is that? Talk to us about that, brother.
I think it's that people don't believe in themselves enough.
Mm,
I think everybody has Warren Buffett level genius at something. You could be the best in the world at something. And it's probably not what you went to school for, and it's probably not what your parents did, and it's probably not what the people around you are doing. Which is why a group like this is helpful, to be around other people who kind of think like you, where other people around you might think you're crazy for doing this, right? So who supports you, who pushes you, who challenges you, who helps you fulfill your dreams? I think you could be the best in the world at something, but most people don't believe that. And then if you do get them to believe that, then they don't believe enough in the action to then go follow through on it. So most people end up living a life that they don't like, knowing that they're capable of more and
mm,
never following through. And so that's my mission, for the rest of my life, is trying to unlock as many people as possible, from
yeah.
Canada to Singapore to Hong Kong to, everywhere around the world.
Oh man, just know that you're impacting me, you're impacting all the people around, like, these people as well, right now. So God bless you, my brother. God bless your work. Oh man, thank you so much for the work that you do every single day. Evan, you have no idea how much you've inspired me, man. I watched this one video by you the other day, and you said, it's no secret. I put out stuff every single day, put out the videos, I do my research, I do my homework. Every day I put out my work. And I looked at you and I was like, man, this guy is crazy, right? And I said, can I be like him? Can I do something like him every day? And I decided, hey, if he can do it, I can do it too, right? And it spurred a fire in me, bro. So when I wrote down my list of people that I really wanted to interview, you're right up the stack, man. Because I was like, man, this guy is somebody I need to know, right? So thank you for the work they do. I really appreciate you, and I thank you, brother. So dude, Evan, question real quick, right? So you talk about venture capital, you talk about going back to your roots, about investing into, companies that you believe you can grow, right? So look, majority of my money is in the stock market. In fact, pretty much all of it, right? I used to invest in private companies myself, and then, I ran into a bunch of losses, and then I decided, nah, it's not really for me, right? So when looking at like, private companies to invest in, right? Do you have like a criteria, right? Like, besides just looking at the, how you can help them, what's the criteria to look out for before you decide to put down your money into them?
Well, it starts with the people, right? So the people, the person. Do you love the person? Do you think this is the person? So in the venture capital industry, we used to call it the horse for the course. Is this the horse for the course? Like, is this the person who's going to take us down the winning path? Because you could have the greatest business plan in the world, but is this the person who's going to execute it or not? And that's where a lot of mistakes are made, is you invest in a company that has a great plan, is in a great market that's growing, but is not the right person to run that thing. So it's always about the person. And some people I've invested into and built their business from scratch. We had a guy last year who was a grocery store clerk who I invested in, and he started a YouTube consulting business, made 6 figures in his first year. Now he's on track to make $300K a year from being a grocery store clerk a year ago, right? Crazy. But I liked him, and it was an area that I could help, right? YouTube, I understand that world. So I picked the businesses that I'm in somewhat, that I can give some perspective to, that I can help with the marketing, as well as finding somebody who's coachable, who wants to learn, who wants to get better, and will take advice. Most of my early investments were time, and now I'm investing more money into companies, because again, like as you go through your stages of growth, at the beginning, everything just went to pay my bills, went to pay for meals, right? And as I made a little bit more money, I invested into myself with training and courses and programs. As I made a little bit more money, I invested into my company, hiring a team and building. As I made a little bit more money, then I invested into the stock market, because I didn't know what to do with the extra money. Like now we make too much money. I don't know what to do with the money in my business. I could blow it easily. I'm sure we can come up with ideas on how to spend it, but I don't know of a smart way to spend the money in my business. So we have too much money extra. So what do I do with it? Okay, well, I invest in a stock market, but there's still, for tax purposes, too much. So what do I do with it? Well, I'm going to invest into other companies. So that's been like the arc, but from day one was I got nothing. So it's all going back into just feeding me.
Fantastic, dude. Evan, I just a quick one, right? So, for my guys, for my investors out there, right? So, I know you're into you started the biotech company and all that, right? So, currently, right now, 2020, right? We've seen some companies just blow it through the roof. Are there any companies that you are looking out for, like really, as in you put your money in, besides the big boys, right? Like, what are some of these maybe lesser known companies? If you can give us like one, maybe like what it is and why invest in it.
I'm not doing a lot of penny stock or up and coming companies. And I know we're getting tight on time. I still, even when I invest, I either invest in the market, right? So we're just buying the index funds, just get the ETFs and pay no commissions almost. Or I bet on why Facebook and Amazon, because I'm betting on Bezos and Zuckerberg. I don't know them personally. I haven't interviewed them yet for my channel, but I would bet on them. Somebody asked me, why would you buy Tesla? Like, I like Elon Musk, but I would bet on Zuckerberg or Bezos ahead of him, and definitely over like a CEO, right? Like an Apple or something. I think Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg are badasses who are going to continue to find ways to win until they prove me wrong, right? So I would rather give them the money than some startup penny stock. I'm just not paying enough attention to it. But on the macro, it's like half into the safe ETFs and then half into Bezos and Zuckerberg to go make more money.
Beautiful, beautiful, dude. One last question. I know you got to bounce, right? One last question. See, bro. I run this company, and I'm trying to build the largest community of givers in the world. Right? It's I'm huge on giving. That's what I'm trying to build. And I'm trying to take my company from 7 to 8 to 9 figures to impact billions of lives around the world. Right? What is one thing? What is one thing that I should avoid doing, right, in scaling a business from 7 to 8 to 9 figures?
Avoiding complacency. Like it's easy for people to then look at, this is the curse of successful people. It's easy for people to look at you and say, well, look at how much you've done. Oh my gosh, you're so successful. And compared to where you came from and your family background and all this, like you might be the best of the people around you, but it's still nothing compared to what you could do. Everything that you've done and leading in this team, and it's awesome, but it's like zero compared to what you could do. And it's easy to get complacent. It's easy to be the big fish in the small pond and just rest and relax and not push hard enough and not want it badly enough. And so that's why I like being around Elon Musk and Warren Buffett and Steve Jobs, and why they're on my wall. Because Steve Jobs is here, my computer is here, and this is Steve Jobs looking at me. And no matter how big I think I am and what I'm doing, it's like I got Steve Jobs staring me down, basically saying, you haven't done anything yet. Like, let's go. Let's go. And so that's great for, hopefully for a group like this too, to push each other, because you know the people in your group might also be the most ambitious people in their circle that they know, and nobody's pushing them. And so that's your job. But then also thinking, okay, who's going to push you to say, stop being complacent, go chase it down. You are capable of way more than what you're doing right now.
My man, that is golden, bro. Thank you so much for that. Guys, if y'all have loved Evan, type in love it, love it, love it. Let him see some love, my friends. If y'all have loved it, type in love it, love it, love it. Let me see. Let him see. All right, dude. Kun Ming, Zupei, Wednesday, David, all of them are showing you some love. My brother, I appreciate the time. Dude, you know, as my, you know, I would love to meet you in person when I get over to America once this coronavirus is over. Oh man, I love to connect. Thank you very much for your time, my brother. Thank you for adding value to my audience. God bless you in your work, my man.
And I have to come back to Singapore at some point, right? To make that happen too.
Yo, that's happening. You know who to call, right?
I love it.
Yeah.
Awesome, guys. Thanks for having me. Much love.
Much love. Thank you, bro.